In a small village, surrounded by dusty roads and humble homes, lived a boy named Armin. Life had never been easy for him. His father worked as a laborer at construction sites, carrying heavy bricks for long hours, while his mother stitched clothes for neighbors just to make ends meet. Armin, the youngest of 3 siblings, knew what hunger felt like, what it meant to go to bed with nothing but water in his stomach, and what it meant to wear torn shoes year after year. Yet, Armin had something that many others didn't, a dream. Every evening, after selling newspapers on the streets, he would pass by the city gym. Its glass windows revealed muscular men lifting weights, training hard, and sweating with determination. Armin would stop there for a few minutes every day, mesmerized by their strength and discipline. His heart whispered, "One day, I'll be one of them. One day, I'll be the strongest." But dreams are not easy when you are poor. The gym required a membership fee Armin could never afford. The nutrition those bodybuilders followed was beyond his family's reach. He didn't have protein shakes, chicken, or supplements. Sometimes even a proper dinner was a luxury. Still, Armin refused to give up. The beginning of training. One night, when everyone was asleep, Armin picked up 2 heavy stones and tied them with a rope through a stick to make his first homemade dumbbells. He began doing push-ups in the dirt, sit-ups on the cold floor, and squats with a bag of rice on his shoulders. Every day, before sunrise, he would train while the rest of the village was still dreaming. Neighbors laughed at him. Some said, "Look at him, wasting time with stones." Others mocked, "Do you think muscles will feed your family?" But Armin never listened. He knew that champions are built in silence, in pain, and in persistence. Training was only part of the battle. His body demanded food, protein, energy, strength, but his family barely had enough to eat. Armin would sometimes walk to the local butcher shop and collect leftover bones with scraps of meat to make soup. He boiled lentils and drank the water as his protein shake. It wasn't ideal, but it was fuel, and that was enough for him. Many nights he trained hungry, pushing through the pain with one thought: one day, I'll stand on stage, and the world will know my name. The breakthrough. One afternoon, as Armin was training with his stone weights near the gym, a bodybuilder named Samir walked by. He was impressed by Armin's dedication and creativity. He asked, "Why don't you join the gym?" Armin lowered his head, embarrassed, and replied, "I don't have money, sir." Samir, touched by the boy's honesty and fire, decided to help. He spoke with the gym owner, and they allowed Armin to train for free in exchange for cleaning the floors and maintaining the equipment. For Armin, it was heaven. The gym became his temple, the weights his prayers. He trained harder than anyone else, morning, afternoon, and night. His body transformed, his muscles grew, and so did his determination. The road to competitions. Years passed. Armin entered his first local bodybuilding competition with nothing but borrowed shorts and oiled his body with simple coconut oil instead of expensive stage tan. The other competitors laughed at him. But when he posed, the crowd went silent. His physique was carved like stone, his muscles defined with raw power. He didn't win that day, but he placed third, a victory greater than gold for a boy who once lifted stones in the dirt. That small trophy became his fuel. Armin kept competing, slowly gaining recognition. He won district shows, then national titles. Each stage he stepped on, people whispered, "That's the poor boy who trains like a lion." Finally, after years of relentless training, Armin qualified for the biggest stage of all, Mr. Olympia, the most prestigious bodybuilding championship in the world. Standing backstage, Armin remembered his journey, the nights of hunger, the bones boiled for soup, the stones tied to sticks, the laughter of villagers, and the sacrifices his parents made. Tears filled his eyes, but he wiped them quickly. Champions don't cry in front of the world, they conquer. When his name was called, Armin walked onto the Olympia stage under the blinding lights. The crowd roared, cameras flashed, and judges stared in awe at the boy who had nothing but turned himself into everything. He posed with power, grace, and confidence. Every muscle spoke of his struggle, every flex told a story of pain and persistence. By the time the final results were announced, the entire hall stood on its feet. And the new Mr. Olympia is Arman Khan. The boy who once starved, who lifted stones in the dust, who dreamed under the stars, was now crowned the greatest bodybuilder in the world. The legacy. Arman didn't just win for himself. He won for every poor child who dared to dream, for every boy who thought he wasn't good enough, for every soul who believed struggle was the end. He stood on the Olympia stage, holding his gold trophy high, and said, "Poverty is not a curse. It's a test. And if you fight, if you refuse to give up, if you work harder than anyone else, then no stage, no dream, no world is beyond your reach." And with that, Arman not only became Mr. Olympia, he became a legend.